Hey, what's up, YouTube? So today I'm gonna show you guys the two properties that I just closed on. Well, one I actually closed on last week. The other one I'm getting ready to close on it tomorrow around 2 in the afternoon. But they both were a package deal that I got under contract, and I ended up making $10,000 on both of the houses together. So this was a wholesale deal. If you're not familiar with a wholesale deal, it's basically when you get a property under contract. After you get it under contract for a certain price, you find an end buyer, another buyer that is willing to pay a little bit more than what you got it under contract for, and then you get it under contract again with the end buyer, right? So then you have two contracts. You have one with the original seller, and then you have one with the end buyer, right? And the amount of money that you make is basically the gap in between whatever you have it under contract originally and then what you have it under the new contract with the new end buyer. So with that, on one house I made $6,000, right? And then on the other house I made $4,000, which equals that $10,000. And a lot of times, if you are familiar with wholesaling, you might hear that you don't have to spend any money. And in perfect situations, that is the case. You don't have to spend any money. But in this situation, I did have to spend some money, right? What I explained to my wife is like, when dealing with real estate and specifically wholesaling, it seems like every day you wake up, it's a new hurdle that you have to try to get through, jump over, whatnot. And that was definitely the situation with this house. I kept running into issues, so I'm definitely glad that I'm closing on these houses. I saw it through. Even just acquiring these properties was pretty difficult, because I talked to the original seller, let's say, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago. And she wanted to sell me the properties and all that, but this seller was really difficult, right? And she made the whole process difficult throughout it. So I talked to her 4 or 5 months ago, and I didn't end up getting these houses under contract until like maybe a month ago, right? And that's just me following up with her every month or so and just saying, hey, you still want to sell the properties? Hey, do you still want to sell the properties? And finally we came to an agreement. I got her to sign the contract, and after you do that, the next part is trying to find that end buyer, right? So I market one of the properties. So the interesting situation with these properties is one of them already has a tenant in it, right? So that could be good, for an end buyer or a real estate investor that wants to build up their rental portfolio. But the hard part with me being a wholesaler and somebody is already living there, it already has a tenant, is that you want to get in there and you want to take pictures, right? And remember, I told you that the seller was pretty difficult. So I was like, can you get me in contact with this guy so, I can have access to the house? And, oh, well, no. It was just a bunch of BS. And I was like, all right, cool. So I came to the property. I'm about to get ready to show you guys. I came to the property that didn't have a seller in it. And I guess the universe, just bended in my favor. The tenant was actually outside mowing the yard. So I just went over and I sparked up a conversation with him. I let him know that, hey, yeah, I'm buying the properties. And for some reason, he believed me. If I was out mowing my yard and some stranger just walked up to me and was like, yeah, I'm about to buy the property, can I get access to the inside? I would have been like, hell no. I don't know who you are. You might be trying to rob me or something like that. But, he was really receptive, and he let me in the house. So I ended up getting in the house, and originally I didn't even take the pictures at first because I felt awkward. I was like, dang, he has his wife in here, he has his daughter in here. I don't want to pull out my phone and start taking pictures. So I was like, I don't want to take pictures. And that was dumb. If you're if you're wholesaling, you always want to take pictures of the properties because you have to market the properties. So I didn't take the pictures, but I got to see the inside, and I know it was in really great shape. So my thought process was like, okay, I'm gonna market the property that that doesn't have any tenants in it, right? And then whenever, you know, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of traction off of that. And for the people that missed out on that property, I'm just gonna tell them like, hey, you know, I'm selling the one right next door to it. So if you wanna buy that one, you know, it's available as well. Sorry you missed out on the other house. And that's pretty much how it worked out. I had somebody that was interested in the house that didn't have any tenants in it, and he missed out. And I was like, you know, I'm selling the property right next door. I know that you said you're trying to build up your rental portfolio. Are you interested in this one? You know, he was like, oh, well, okay. Yeah, I am interested in that. So he ended up purchasing the other property, and I never even listed it online. So that it worked out in my favor. It probably doesn't always happen like that, but it did. But let's go take a look at these properties, and I'll show you guys around. Again, I just want to show you the property before I actually close on the one that closes tomorrow. This is the house right here. This is the one that didn't have any tenants in it. As you can see, it's not in the best shape, not in the worst shape. It's a 3-2. I want to say 3-2 bath. Let me back up a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. Not bad. So the good thing about this house, the really good selling point, is that it had another house back there that came with it. So that house in the back right there, that's going to be 2 beds and 1 bath. This one is a 3-2. She only gave me keys for the back door. So just getting access to the house, period, was difficult because the woman, she doesn't actually live here in Lawton. She stays in OKC, which is an hour and a half on the way, which normally wouldn't be a big problem. But this woman, I'm telling you, she's difficult. She did not want to come down here to give me the keys, but this, I finally got them. Only keys to the back door, and this is the house. So it's not in a horrible condition. This house right here could be used as a rental property as well. You could possibly fix it up and try to flip it, get a little bit of money out of it. There's no lights in this house, so just bear with me. I'm just trying to show you guys real quick. This is one of the bedrooms. But yeah, so once I got this property under contract, I went ahead and came in here, took some pictures, and just started marketing the property. And this one, since it does come with the other house, I got a lot of traction off of it. I mean, like, I posted it on Facebook Marketplace, and I replied to at least 100 comments about this house. And you know, you had to come back and forth as far as showing it off. One good thing that I do highly suggest is getting a lockbox and putting it on the door. That way you don't have to come out each and every time. You do want to come out periodically with people, but sometimes you won't have the time. If you're like myself, I'm pretty busy, so I can't make it out to every house showing. But if I look at a person, I talk with them, I feel like they're trustworthy enough, I will just go ahead and give them the lockbox and have them come check out the house. And yeah, if they like it, boom, it's yours. Let's get it under contract. Man, I'm looking for this dog. There was a dog out there. I didn't film it, but it was probably about 10-20 minutes. I was sitting in my car waiting for this dog to leave. I'm just trying to make sure that it ain't roaming back around trying to get it. But yeah, so I went ahead and market this, you know, replied to each and every comment, because you don't know who's going to pull the actual trigger to purchase the property. But I finally got it under contract. I had got it under contract originally for $18,000, and then I sold this one for $22,000. Now I marketed it for $24,000, but you know, they talked me down a little bit, and that's a learning lesson. That's a lesson to you guys as well. You never want to market the property for what you actually want. You want to go at least 1,000 or 2,000 over. That way they can talk you down to what you originally wanted anyway. You know what I mean? So we're going to go out the front door, and hopefully I am not filming myself getting attacked from this vicious dog. I don't really think the dog is vicious, because if he or she was, then they would have already came over here and bit a motherfucker. Anyways, so let me show you this. This is the lockbox that I use. You can get this for about $20 from Home Depot. Just put the keys in there. Twist that down, and then whenever you have somebody that want to come view the property, give them the code, boom, they like it, get it under contract. Simple enough, right? Let me make sure that my freaking door is unlocked, just in case I have to run over there and hop in the whip from this damn door. Alright, so I just went out the front door. As you can see, the grass is severely overgrown. They stopped cutting it once they realized that, hey, I'm going to purchase this house. They just said, forget it. But you know, you see these houses all the time in different neighborhoods, right? But you never think that, hey, I know it's a vacant house, but can I actually sell it, right? So again, I got this one for $18,000, sold it for $22,000, made $4,000. Now, this one right next to it, that's the one that I was telling you had the tenant. As you can see, it's in better condition, right? It's in better condition. But I actually never marketed that property, because I just used all the buyers that were focused on this house. I let them know that this one was for sale too, and if they was interested, then they could go ahead and purchase that one as well. Or if they missed out on the other house, then they can go ahead and purchase this one. So I got this one for $18,000 as well, and I sold it for $24,000. They gave me full asking. I marketed both properties for $24,000. So I made $6,000 off of that house right there to the next of us. Now, as far as the hurdles, I'm gonna show you something. If you guys are not familiar with what a squatter is somebody that's trying to get in the perfect light or in good light, right? A squatter is somebody that breaks into the house and they're just living there. They know the house is vacant. They're gonna break in there. They're gonna live in there basically for free. They're not turning on the utilities or none of that. They just want a place to stay. All right, so we had a squatter issue in this house right here. And this is after I got it under contract. So after I got it under contract, then we started having the issues, right? So I had already had my end buyer that's going to purchase both the properties. Remember, this one is a 2-package deal. I already had my end buyer. They wanted me to deal with the issue. I mean, rightfully so. They're trying to buy the property. They want to make sure that nobody is squatting in their property. So this is one of the hurdles that I woke up to. I had to get these boards and I had to get them up on the house. That way the squatter no longer has access to it. So you can't, let me flip this around. So getting this house boarded up was not cheap at all. Well, I guess it wasn't too much money, but it's more than I would want to spend. Just the lumber alone cost like $200 something, and then getting somebody out here to board the entire house up. Every window is boarded up, every door entry is boarded up. That costs like another $7,500. So I spent about $300 just getting this house boarded up. If you run into issues like that, you got to think, like, I'm making $4,000 off this house. Am I really going to sacrifice not making that $4,000 just because I got to spend $300 to get it boarded up? Logical sense to tell you that no, I'm gonna go ahead and get the house boarded up. So that was just one of the issues that I was dealing with. Another one is, come to find out, I always close through the title company because they're gonna find out the details for you. All right. So a guy just rolled up on me. I wasn't sure what the hell he was doing, but he's talking about, he on the bicycle talking about he want to rent a place, rent to own. It doesn't exactly seem like a reliable tenant, but he says that he does carpenter work, so I might use him in that aspect. But what I was saying is that, you just want to make sure that you go through the title company if you're purchasing the property for yourself specifically, because you never know what's attached to these properties. They can have liens, they can have back taxes and stuff like that. And that's actually an issue that I ran into. I'm trying to get good light. So that's actually a issue that I ran into with these properties. So the title company, they found out that, hey, these houses have back taxes all the way going back to 2017, and the properties were about to go up for a tax sale. So different counties do different things, but this county is 4 years. If you're 4 years behind, then hey, your property can be sold on a tax sale. Tax sale is where somebody can come in and they just auction off the property because you're behind on the taxes. So the county, they still want to collect their money. So what they're going to do is they're going to sell your property, and then somebody else can start paying taxes on it so they can get their money, right? So I had to stop the tax sale from going through by paying the 2017 taxes. This is what I woke up to, right? I said it's always hurdles. So with that, it was $2,000, right? And for me, it was a no-brainer to go ahead and pay it because, again, I'm making $10,000 on both of the properties together. And then on top of that, I get that money back whenever I close on the property. So they told me I'm getting the money back. I was like, all right, cool. I went ahead and paid the back taxes within like probably 5 or 10 minutes afterwards. Yeah, so it's always something that arises, different situations. You just got to kind of take care of them one at a time and just keep moving forward. Yeah, so we're closing on this other property tomorrow, and that'll be $10,000, and I will film me picking up that check. Go get the money, get the bag, right? And then we'll be on to bigger and better things, and be looking. All right, guys, so I just want to close out that video That was definitely a tough video to shoot with everything that was going on during the video. You know, almost getting attacked by a dog, having people run up on you and stuff like that, asking questions about renting to own a house when you ride on a bicycle. But anyway, none of that even matters. I wanted to close out the video. I wanted to just show you guys the check. Hopefully it actually focuses in on the check. This is one of them right here. Let's see. All right. Hopefully you guys can see that. Here, I'm just gonna flip the camera around to make it a little bit easier for me, and hopefully it shows up right. All right, so that's one of the checks. Remember, I said I gotta pay the back taxes on I got that money back, so that's what a lot of these smaller checks are. Those are the back taxes. Another back taxes check. I ended up paying about $2,000 in back taxes. Let's see here. Alright, so this is for one of the houses. I got paid that $4,000 right there. And this is for another one of the houses. Got paid that $5,000 right there. Now, if you're good with math, that 5,000 plus 4,000, it only equals 9,000, right? So I got paid an extra 1,000 on one of the houses as a deposit, which would make that total 6,000. So if you add that 6 to the 4, that's where you come up with the $10,000 made on both houses. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys learned something. Heck, I learned something from the whole process. So we're going to take all the information and just keep moving forward. Be on the lookout for an update video on the flip house. I'm actually headed to the gym. Then after the gym, I'm going to head over to the flip property. And I'm going to give you guys an update, as well as make another installment payment on that property as well. So just stay tuned. I got more things to come. Thank you guys for watching the video. Go ahead and like the video, hit that thumbs up for me, and subscribe, and please just share the video. All the things that help me grow. Alright, you guys have a good day. Peace.